I really like the at the end. It's nice. I went to a house party this summer, and I saw a great artist, David Jacob Strain. He was telling a story about how he was singing a song, and somebody comes up to him and says, "Hey, did you write that, or is that a real song?" And he's like, "I wrote that. What's real, man?" Anyway, I wrote that song. It's not real. I thought long and hard about what I wanted to say about the flooding in Kerr County in Texas this past July. Then I rewrote it 3 or 4 times. And after a couple of things and a couple more rewrites, I decided I definitely didn't want to recap the story. It was good reporting in The Guardian, if you were interested or you don't know what I'm talking about. The sum total of it is a lot of people died who shouldn't have died. And right at the start, let me say, I have no right and I will never judge anybody for living or being in areas that are dangerous. I choose to live in a place that, to review from the last story, is expecting a devastating earthquake and tsunami. You live where you live. It is your home. I am from the Pacific Northwest, and I talk about it all the time. I feel a strong connection to it. I have returned here again and again. If someone lives where there is risk of flood, that is not a moral failing on their part. You live where you live. If you do read the reporting on the Texas flooding, a lot of it's pretty damning. Like when I say people shouldn't have died, there were warnings that should have been heeded that were not. I also think it doesn't matter because, one, I imagine some people somewhere are acting in bad faith, but people are acting in bad faith everywhere. And the people who act in bad faith don't usually suffer the consequences of those actions. It's everybody else who lives their lives who suffers. At least that's my experience, at least lately. 2, let's just talk about what we're talking about here. The underlying accusation to all of that is that people in Texas don't believe in global warming, and they're ignoring the fact that these 100-year floods have become 20-year events, and then 10-year events, and soon they'll be every-year events. And while that isn't everything wrong with the world right now, it's a thing that divides us from them. Yeah, maybe. But again, I don't think it matters. And also, I don't think it does divide us. 75% of the country right now believes that global warming is happening and that it's a threat to humanity. 75% of the country doesn't agree on anything, but they agree on that. There are some minor quibbles about why it's happening, and there are certainly quibbles about what we should do about it, and there are people using a very bad faith, using that to cause discord and hold on to power, like people of very bad faith tend to do. The rest of us, on the other hand, seem to have a pretty good idea of what's happening, and that it's not good. The thing I do want to say is this. In July in Kerr County, Texas, there was extreme flooding and 135 people died who shouldn't have died. And that is very sad. And we'd like that not to happen again. So if I were in Kerr County, I would be doing exactly what I'm doing right now. I would get my neighbor community together and I would say, my friends and neighbors, I know you all to be good people of good faith, with good intentions. And also we just lost 135 of our community. I don't know how that happened, but it should not happen again. So I think we should start talking amongst ourselves, see if we can piece it back together, see if we can generate some wisdom to protect ourselves better in the future. Because this flooding is going to happen again and again. This is a song by Peter Gabriel. I only ever listened to it at one point in my life. It was when I was studying abroad in college. It was on this mixtape that I had, and then I lost the mixtape. But learning it this week has really pulled me back there, the way only music can do. Anyway, those are all stories for another time. This is called Here Comes the Flood. When the night shows the signals grow on radios, all the strange things they come and go as early warnings, stranded starfish have no place to hide, still waiting for the swollen Easter tide. There's no point in direction, we cannot even choose a side. Took the old track, the shallow shoulder against the waters. On the tall cliffs, they were getting older, our sons and daughters. The jaded underworld was riding high. Waves of steel
Lord, here comes the flood. We will say goodbye to flesh and blood. If again the seas are silent, there's any still alive, it'll be those who gave their island to survive. Drink up, dreamers, you're running dry. When the flood calls, you have no home, you have no walls. In the thunder crash, you're 1,000 minds within a flash. Don't be afraid to cry at what you see. The actor's gone, it's only you and me. And if we're brave,